Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Teresa.
And this is
Teen Mom Time.
Welcome back to our podcast. We're here to give you more details on OK and Radar stories that you can't get enough of.
We'll be bringing you top stories, clearing up rumors, giving you special teases, and having guests to give us more gossip.
On this week's episode, we will be discussing Macy, Taylor, and Ryan's drama, Adam's surprise visit with Aubrey. Plus, we have a very special guest, Tyler and Kate's good friend, River. Teresa, let's get into Teen Mom Top 3. There has been so much drama this entire week surrounding Macy, Taylor, Ryan, between arrests, protection orders, death threats. What can you tell us about it?
So RadarOnline.com exclusively obtained the protection order requests that Macy and Taylor filed against Ryan and Lauren. They are chilling.
Unreal details. They're terrifying.
They are. I'm going to read probably the most scary parts of the restraining order. So Taylor said, "He called me on Tuesday, March 20th, 2018, and threatened to show up at my house and put a bullet in my head." As we know, Ryan loves his guns. He has posted over the years his complete arsenal of rifles, and I can see why they went straight to the police after this.
He even made a threat to Ryan did, to go to Macy and Taylor's house when Macy wasn't answering her phone on the show.
Yeah.
So no wonder why they, went to take this precaution and they filed this restraining order. And that's why even the police said this is the next best option for them to do, because Ryan is scary. We don't know what he's capable of.
And Macy actually says that in her restraining order. She says, "His behavior and actions are getting worse. I am fearful for my 3 children and myself and what he may do based on his threats." I mean, she also accuses him of threatening to kidnap their son. She says he has left voicemail messages threatening to show up at my house and take my son. He has made threats to show up and hurt me if I don't answer my phone. She even said that he confronted her at Bentley's baseball game in May 2017 while under the influence of heroin.
I feel like that these details give so many answers for the Teen Mom fans, because Macy on the show has always been really quiet.
She has.
And really short. She'll just say, something's going on with Ryan, but she won't get into details, and it drives us crazy because we need to know answers. And then Ryan and his wife, Mackenzie, who is pregnant with their first child, will bash Macy and try to make her look like the bad person. And it's confusing, I think, for fans because we don't have Macy's side. But I think these details on the restraining order requests, Team Macy all the way. She's doing the right thing.
Same here. And my big question is, when is enough going to be enough for Mackenzie?
Yes.
I mean, we have Ryan being addicted to heroin, going to rehab, allegedly hooking up with girls on Tinder.
He's back on Tinder again.
Getting arrested for breaking probation on that past heroin arrest.
Death threats.
Protective orders. I mean, Radar recently reported that she did leave Ryan after all of this broke on Friday or Thursday. She hopped on a plane and went straight to New York. She actually had time with her son that weekend. It was Easter, so I don't think it was a planned trip. And, I really want to know if Mackenzie's finally done with Ryan.
It's going to be interesting to see what she's doing in New York, especially if it is with MTV. With all this going on, with your husband cheating on you on Tinder, you're pregnant now, he was arrested. Why are you coming to New York? To do what? To get more publicity?
It's very strange. Some people have said that she may be doing a Teen Mom after show. Some people have said maybe TRL. It's off. So
yeah, it's not a happy time. It is for her. You're pregnant. That's great.
Of course.
That's a great time in your life. But with all of the drama surrounding Ryan, are you just going to go and defend yourself and, try to make yourself look like a bigger fool?
The thing is, I don't know if you remember, but when Ryan was arrested, she exclusively told RadarOnline.com that everything is fine, that he has not relapsed. She said that the heroin arrest was in April when he went to rehab, when in fact it was in March. So Mackenzie's definitely in denial. Yeah. And as of right now, it seems that she may be standing by her husband.
Which I don't think she should. I think, she got what she wanted. She got the fame, got the paycheck. Even Kale said it. Kale said it on Twitter. She got the steady paycheck.
For 18 years.
Yeah, so she's set. She doesn't really need to worry. Notice how she is doing so many Instagram ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, jewelry, clothing, curling iron. She's doing it all.
And you know what, Lauren? Even if they divorce, I think she's still going to be a presence on the show. I mean, she is the mother of Ryan Edwards' future child, so she's still going to be making appearances whether they're together or not.
Yeah, so she's still going to be getting that paycheck no matter what happens. Fans have always said, Mackenzie's whole story about how she met Ryan leaving the gym, which right there is one big lie because Ryan Edwards does not go to the gym.
He does not go to the gym. He does not look like he goes to the gym.
No, so everyone always said Mackenzie has lied about meeting Ryan and how she never watched MTV, never watched Teen Mom, didn't even know who she was.
She lied about the letter.
Yeah, the whole letter on the reunion. She is such a liar, and I'm dreading having to watch her for the next few seasons.
It's going to be a good one.
So let's also get into Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Chelsea Haska and her husband Cole looked like they had the best Easter. They were wearing bunny outfits, dancing, and then Adam shows up on Snapchat with a picture of him and Aubrey.
Yes.
What happened?
So a source exclusively tells Radar that Adam Lins broke the custody order. He is only allowed to see Aubrey at a visitation center. So Adam Lynn's mom asked Chelsea if she'd be able to have Aubrey for a few hours. It was not her weekend with Aubrey. She only gets one weekend a month. Chelsea said yes. And then Adam was there. He's only allowed to see her at a visitation center. So Chelsea was livid. She contacted her lawyer and is going to see next steps on how to prevent this from happening in the future.
I wonder what the next steps could possibly be. Will Donna now get supervised visits? Will Adam not get visitation at all?
I mean, the source tells us that he hasn't scheduled any visits at the center, so I don't see why he would continue to have that privilege when he doesn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, he has not been there. He is Cole. Cole stepped right in and is her father figure. Adam hasn't been there for years, and it just doesn't seem like he cares.
No.
But a lot of fans are wondering if you know what your custody agreement is, and if you cannot see Aubrey outside the visitation center, why upload that photo on Snapchat?
Well, Lauren, that was the first time he's uploaded a photo since probably December when he did the same exact thing. He wants everyone to think that he's this great father, so he posts everything on social media.
Well, it left a lot of fans concerned, I think, for his mental health, because people are like, obviously he's not thinking clearly if he's posting this on Snapchat, breaking the law.
Exactly, and as we know, Ryan did test positive for meth in a court-ordered drug test. He has a restraining order against him, against his ex-girlfriend, Stacia. And he also was arrested for domestic violence, so clearly he's not doing well right now.
Yeah, and Chelsea, I think she does need to take the next step with her lawyer and prevent this from happening, because little Aubrey, her safety's number one.
Exactly, and she's getting older now. She's understanding everything that's going on, so it would really be great if they can take her out of this awful situation with him.
Agreed. She has Cole.
We love Cole.
Yeah.
Lauren, let's go into Teen Mom Truth or Tale. So Tyler really scared fans. He tweeted that he was sleeping next to his wife, hearing his daughter sleeping, and he felt alone and empty inside. What do you think about that?
I was so scared for him. To have it all, a lot of fans were saying, Tyler, you have a beautiful wife, you have children, you have your dogs, your house, your business. Why are you feeling this way? A lot of people were expressed for his mental health and said, maybe you should go seek help now because you have taken care of your wife during her troubled times. Your dad, he brought them to rehab like a day apart. So
Yeah.
he has been through so much over the years and really stepped up as a dad. Vernova took over the business. So people are saying, he just needs to take a little me time. Just, go away for a couple days, gather his thoughts. But it was really, really scary to read that.
I know, and a lot of fans were worried that there could be trouble in paradise between Tyler and Kaylin. A source told Radar that they are fine. The reason for the tweet was just everything that's happened to him. It's hard for him to overcome. He has mental health issues himself. He's also stressed out about his career. He wants to be an actor and he wants to be on TV. So it was more of those things as opposed to actual issues in his marriage. I think to help us get a little more insight on that is Tyler and Kaylin's good friend, River, who is our guest on this week's Teen Mom Tell-All.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're going to start off by asking, how do you know Kaylin and Tyler?
I actually met them, I would want to say maybe a little over a year ago. I'm an activist for mental health, men with body image issues, and I work closely with a very big organization called the National Eating Disorders Association, and I'm like a keynote speaker for them. I write for them, and we've all heard Caitlin and Tyler's story, with their mental health and their adoption and that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I reached out to Tyler randomly, and he loved the concept, and he wanted to be interviewed for it. So I set up an interview, and it really took on, it went huge. The fans loved it because that's one thing about Tyler and Caitlin. They are extremely, extremely open about everything, and they don't hold anything back. So they were very candid in that interview. And so from what I know, that interview to date is one of the most viewed interviews that I've done. So yeah, so I met them that way. And then, yeah, from there, other kind of projects kind of came on, but that's initially how I met them.
So let's get into a little Teen Mom gossip.
Okay, here we go.
We have to. The other night, Tyler sent out that alarming tweet about having it all.
Mm-hmm.
He has a beautiful wife, a daughter, a home, dog, but he feels so empty and alone.
Right.
What was that tweet about? Because everyone freaked out and thought that, maybe him and Kate were having issues.
Right, yeah, no, that caught me off guard, to be honest with you. I just think Tyler, he takes on so much. He hasn't really had a father figure in his life, as you guys have seen on the show. His father was in and out of jail, off and on drugs, so he's never really had that father figure that he can depend on. So now that he's a father and a husband, he really tries to be the best father and the best husband, and he kind of bends over backwards. And, sometimes you got to remind him, do Ty, you know what I mean? Like, you got to take a breath. You got to relax. You got to kind of take time for yourself. So, I don't think that tweet was meant to be anything cryptic in a way of they're getting a divorce or anything. But I do think that he wants to kind of, branch out and, have something outside of his home life, something that he can do for himself in terms, like I've mentioned before, he loves his career. He's always wanted to be an actor, like a TV host, that kind of stuff. He's great at it. He is hilarious, so I think he would be great in doing that. So yeah, I think it was just something more of him, late night thoughts kind of got to him, and he's kind of realizing, hey, this isn't it for me. Maybe I wasn't meant to just be a dad and just be a husband. Maybe I could have, I can do some side stuff too. Because he just got finished doing TRL in New York City, and he loved it, and he was great at it. So, and he had just come back from that trip. So I think those two kind of went hand in hand.
Could you see Tyler checking himself into a treatment center soon?
To be honest with you, I can. I don't want to alarm the fans and, have them think something's majorly wrong, but I definitely think that it would be beneficial. And I can see that definitely, because he does have a lot of unresolved issues, from his past, and then just stuff, that he's had to deal with, Caitlin and, stuff at home and his father that he's kind of had to put on the back burner. So I really do think that it would benefit him, and I could definitely see that, but in a good way. I think it would really help him, and he isn't opposed to it either. If I'm not saying too much, so.
Just looking by their Twitter exchange, it seems that Kaylin is now more of the supportive spouse. Could you tell us how she's doing today?
Yeah, no, I actually get a lot of questions about that. Yeah, no, she's kind of, she's feeling a lot better. She's doing a lot better, feeling a lot better. So she's really stepping her game up. I think therapy and rehab really helped her. And I think, she realizes how much stuff she really did kind of put Tyler through in a way, in a sense that sounds horrible. I feel bad for saying that, but, he was there for her, through so much. So yeah, she has kind of taken on his role, and now she's kind of like, what, babe, you've taken care of our clothing line, our kid, this and that and the other, you go and do TRL in New York City, you go have your fun, and I'll stay home and I'll hold down the fort. So things have definitely kind of switched, and so I'm kind of interested to see what he does with his free time, and now that the reins are now that the reins have loosened. You know what I mean?
Their whole baby plans were kind of put on hold because of Kate. Now that Kate's in a better place, could you see them, wanting to have another baby soon?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm not too sure. I'm not. I think they've announced it. I think that they do want to be parents again. I mean, of course, the miscarriage was very unfortunate, and it took a huge toll on the both of them. But no, that having another kid was always in the cards for them. That was always a plan, and that's what they really want to do. Yeah, there's no rush, as of right now, just because of everything is so kind of fresh and new. But they definitely want baby number 3 for sure.
So do we. We definitely want to see Nova be a big sister. She is the cutest little thing.
She is so cute. And I can't tell if she looks more like Tyler or like Caitlin. She's like perfectly split in half.
I see beautiful. More Tyler.
I agree with River. I think that they're really split in half, yeah.
I see Tyler's twin.
Yeah, I think she's adorable. So yeah, I think she would be a great big sister too. So I'm just personally excited for them. So I think now that, Kate's better and, Tyler's working on his mental health, I think it's only up from here. There's always going to be the haters and the people online that are, the internet trolls, but I think they've got it, on lock. So I'm rooting for them definitely.
So are we. So between Farrah Abraham's firing and Ryan Edwards' arrest and protection orders, are they worried that Teen Mom OG could come to an end soon?
There's been a lot of talk about that, yeah. There's been a lot of talk, actually, about everyone's like, this show, everyone's kind of dropping like flies, so what are we going to do? There's been talk about, like Teen Mom 3 cast members joining Teen Mom OG and Teen Mom 2, and those cast members don't like it, and there's like, cat fights on set and that kind of stuff at reunions. So everyone was like, we should or MTV should either put, the OGs that are remaining and the original Teen Mom 2 cast members, in one, like on one show or like in one house, like a Big Brother type feel, or just axe the show. So there is a lot of talk, about is it going to last for, if it does, how many more seasons? Is it going to last? Who's going to watch it? And a lot of people are actually surprised. Everyone's saying that now that Farrah's gone, it's kind of boring. Which to me, I don't think so. But yeah, that's kind of weird.
There's always so much drama.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, trust me. I was like, without Farrah, there's still drama. Trust me.
Exactly.
So we also wanted to ask, do you know how Butch is doing?
I don't. That's something that Tyler doesn't really talk a whole lot about, other than, just a quick, he's doing good, or, he's not bad, but we don't really go into full detail about that. But from last I've heard, he's doing well. He's still in recovery. And, Tyler is always kind of one of those people to kind of, how do I word it? He doesn't put too much hope, like it sounds bad, but he doesn't put all of his eggs in one basket. He doesn't put too much hope into the situation, because he knows how it goes, and he knows from the past. He's learned from the past. So he loves his dad unconditionally. He absolutely adores him. But, if somehow Butch does slip up and relapse, it's not going to, Tyler's world isn't going to come crashing down, because there's always that part of him that kind of knew it and expected it. So, so that's how he kind of handles it in that sense.
Awesome. So why don't you tell us some projects that you're working on separately from the ones you just mentioned?
Yeah, right now I am actually working with Notes from Sean, which is featuring singer Shawn Mendes, and DoSomething.org. Basically, we're trying to get it ready for the end of 2018, because he is working on his music right now. It's about to release an album. But Notes from Sean is basically just like something really fun that you can do for your peers. You can get like a handwritten sticky note, stick it on the mirror in the bathroom, or go to school and put it on somebody's locker if you know that they're going through a hard time. And basically, yeah, so you just leave kind notes to people, and you really don't know how something so simple can leave such a big impact. So that campaign actually helped me out a lot when I was struggling. So since I'm in this world of, being an activist and I'm using my platform for, for something bigger, I reached out to do something. The fans liked the idea. They put it out there, and everything kind of just came full circle. So, we plan on working on that together pretty soon. And then, of course, I'm still doing my stuff with NEDA, Love Is Louder, Proud to Be Me.
Well, River, that's all we had. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, it's just, I just think, thank you for having me. And have you guys, honestly, the whole Farrah and Simon thing is kind of iffy to me. I've listened to your podcast before, and I listened to a portion of their segment. And I was surprised to hear that Simon blocked her, too, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm actually blocked as well by her. But
by
something
Farrah?
happened between me. Yeah, because it was crazy because randomly me and Tyler were having a Twitter conversation, and Simon jumps in and has some words for us out of nowhere. I have no idea how he even found my account. And we got into this really big argument, and I think he's just really bitter that A, he's not with Farrah anymore, and B, now that she's fired, his 15 minutes of fame are up.
Exactly.
He's still tweeting about Teen Mom, and everyone is wondering.
Everyone's ignoring him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the amount of times a day that he tweets MTV and the producers of the show about Teen Mom, even though he supposedly hates it so much.
Right.
It surprises me. And he literally takes he still tweets me, Caitlin, Tyler. He still tweets us and tries to get under our skin. And I'm like, dude, that train left a long time ago. Find in this show or something. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, I pray that he finds something better to do with his time. And
he has a new girlfriend, so he kind of did. But
looks like Farrah.
Yeah, right. She looks like Farrah, and he got with her and started to flaunt her right after Farrah broke up with her ex-boyfriend. So that was kind of funny timing, but. And it's funny because he's actually, me and him were born and raised in the same city. And I think I've heard through people on the show, that's kind of where his jealousy started.
Oh, wow.
Because he was the only non-teen dad that was on the show kind of almost reoccurringly. And I had filmed some stuff for Teen Mom for Tyler and Caitlin's kind of, for their storyline. But it got axed due to, Caitlin's storyline that happened this season.
Right.
But once Simon heard that, and then he heard that we're from the same city, I think he got kind of intimidated, thinking I was going to take his camera time. And he just kind of, started stuff. He started this beef with me on Twitter and sold it to the media. And I'm just in the dark. I'm clueless as to what that was about or why it went on. But yeah, I'm just wondering. And when I was listening to the podcast, I heard that he blocked Farrah too. I was like, wow, this is interesting. So if only Farrah was still on the show, this is the one time I wouldn't mind her being on the show so I can see this drama unfold. But other than that,
It's true. We always have social media to follow their drama.
Exactly.
Well, River, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God, Lauren, what a great interview.
That was crazy. Everything that he said about Kate and Tyler and how they're really excited about their future and how they're just moving forward. Plus, when he got into Farrah and Simon drama, that was amazing.
I know. And I think my favorite part was when he said that he loved our podcast.
Agreed. I think he became my favorite guest yet.
Me too.
So let's get into Teen Mom Tease. Teresa, what do we have to look out for on Radar?
Everyone, head over to radaronline.com to find out who Janelle Evans is feuding with now.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you catch us next week where we will have a new Teen Mom guest plus so much more drama to spill. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.